Welcome, everyone. Man, oh man, we are back. Week 1 is here. Week 1 is here. Tony, if I was you or your brother, John Paul, I wouldn't be excited because you guys do good for 1 or 2 weeks, and then you guys' teams are losing like always. But man, oh, back. We are back. But before we start this great show, let me introduce you guys to my colleagues. I brought you one portion short tonight. My buddy David could not join us today because due to his fantasy draft. David, you bozo. Great for waiting to the last minute, buddy. All right, Tony, how you doing there, buddy?
Wonderful. The Mets are kicking the shit out of the Red Sox right now, so lovely.
I love that too. As a Yankee fan, we hate the Red Sox. And then we got my good friend over there that's representing your New York Jets. He got Jets t-shirt and a Jets hat. Man, oh man, you must be really excited. But that's softball.
This is a softball t-shirt.
Okay, we're representing softball today. But how you doing over there, John Paul?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Ready for the season.
Okay, man. Me too, man. A lot is happening. A lot has happened so far since the last time we met. But now let's go first to San Francisco. A lot happened over there within this past week. Brandon Aiyuk got his contract. Trent Williams just got his contract. One of their players got shot in the chest. Hope he's feeling better, Ricky Purcell. Hope you feel better, buddy, and hope you get a speedy recovery, and hope whoever did this gets caught. Man, oh man, the Niners are not playing around with their star players to give them contract. Is this year make it or break it for the Niners?
I don't know if it's make it or break it. I mean, they're still a young team. But they're spending a lot of money. Trent Williams this morning got, I believe it was $82.9 something million.
82.69.
Yeah.
82.69.
Yeah, I mean, he's 36 years old. That's a lot of money for an old man. I mean, is he a good player? Yes. Is he worth it at that age? I don't know. But Brandon Aiyuk, I mean, thank God the saga's finally over. Was he going to Pittsburgh? Was he going to Washington? Was he doing this? Was he doing that? I mean, it was just a joke, but thank God it's over. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Okay. John Paul, what do you think, buddy?
I kind of knew Aiyuk he didn't want to go anywhere else. He wanted to stay with the 49ers. You know what I mean? It's just they have a lot of stuff going on over there. It seems like the players run the rooster over there, and that's not a good thing. But me personally, Brandon Aiyuk's going to have to put up or shut up because he's going up against, technically speaking, and I'm not tooting my horn as a Jets fan, but with the polls, he's going up against the number 1 defense ranked in the NFL this week, and he better put up or shut up because he's going to be going up against Sauce, I would assume.
Okay. I definitely got to agree with that. And if I'm the owner of the Niners, I want to put some fire on Kyle Shanahan because he went to 2 Super Bowls. He came back with nothing. We invested money in your guys. You put money down, millions and millions of dollars in that defensive line, offensive line. Got you the best running back in the league. You got your receiver back. This is your make it or break it.
No, you can't. Yes. There can't be a make it or break it for a coach who brings you 2 times to the championship game. No way.
So, Tony, unfortunately, I know you're gonna disagree with what's gonna come out of my mouth. Maybe your brother will too. But you're not bringing me back to Lombardi. I'm not paying you to take my team to playoff. I'm paying these guys to get me a Lombardi home. 2 Lombardis you have in your hand. 2 Lombardi trophies in the past 5 years.
The ownership is happy to be in the Super Bowl game. They made their money. They don't, yes, do they care that they got they win the Lombardi trophy? Absolutely. But I mean, their franchise made a ton of money being there.
If we're not at least in the divisional championship game, not division, the NFC championship game, the conference championship game, then there's got to be a problem. There's something got to go. Because if you're not at least in the conference championship game, that's embarrassing. Come on now.
You know what, though? A lot of teams got better in the offseason. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
The NFC is, well, the AFC is going to be the hardest to get out of. The NFC is kind of open, but I mean, honestly, he's right. Every team has gotten better. You know what I mean? Everybody that I knew was going to get paid, got paid. So it's going to make people better. But again, you have to put your money where your mouth is at this point now. Because, you got all this money and you were bitching and complaining. if you come out on Monday night and you stink it up, especially at home, the 49ers are at home this week against the Jets, Monday Night Football. If let's just say he's got 4 catches for like 35 yards, nah, man, you aren't worth it at that point.
Purdy, if you're watching the show, make sure you throw the ball to Kiddo Lot. I got him on my fantasy team. Just FYI. Picture, please. But yeah, 100%, I gotta agree with you, man. You're going against hopefully Aaron Rodgers because this is gonna be a good matchup. It's gonna be a very good matchup, especially see if Aaron Rodgers hopefully stays healthy this whole season.
Well, hopefully I can watch this whole game because last year I watched about 3.5 minutes of the game and I turned it off.
Yeah, I know. I watched the same game too, buddy.
Hopefully this game I can.
The whole America watched.
Maybe you watch just 5 minutes of it this time.
Yeah.
Chill. But let's see what happens, man. But like I said, if you're not going to at least the NFC Championship game, you gotta go pack your bags. All right, let's go. Let's stay in the NFC. Let's stay in the NFC, man. We hear a lot about this team. This is a very big, great football team. One of the greatest franchises of all time. Don't know what happened to them in the last 20 years. Dallas Cowboys, one of the Niners' biggest threat right now. They got their guy, Ceedee Lamb, back. Dak Prescott's coming in. You got Zeke Elliott coming back in the house. I saw the starting lineup. He's starting back for the Dallas Cowboys. John Paul, I'm going to go with you, man. What do you think? How are you feeling right now with all everything that's going on in Dallas so far?
Well, I think it was a huge pickup that they got Dalvin Cook. Granted, I don't think Dalvin Cook is the same Dalvin Cook he was when he played with Minnesota because he wasn't the same when he played with the Jets, and I'll give him that. They didn't really give him as many carries, but I mean, you're running behind a guy like Breece Hall that if he would have been healthy his entire rookie year, probably would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year over Garrett Wilson. But at the end of the day, they paid the guy they needed to pay. I do think Ceedee Lamb is not, if not number 2, number 3 best wide receiver in the game right now. You know what I mean? It just worries me that the last time they paid a big wide receiver, he didn't really pan out, and that was with Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant got paid, and then a year after he got paid, he kind of turned to garbage. And I love that.
He beat the hell out of his mother after he got paid, and then he continued to play for the Cowboys.
No, he didn't play for the Cowboys for long. I think it was like 2 years after he got paid. But
he played for the Saints. He got picked up by the Saints, and then he got hurt at practice.
Yeah, he went to go play for the Saints. I love Dez Bryant. I thought Dez Bryant was an unbelievable wide receiver, but I mean, I just hope it doesn't turn out that way. Now, I mean, that's the same. We can go back real quick with Brandon Aiyuk, same deal. How do we know that he's not going to get paid and turn into a slug? So I like the way Dallas is moving, especially, I mean, they brought in Ezekiel Elliott because they know the guy they had. You know what I mean? Which is good. A guy that he can be what he can do. And, bringing in Dalvin Cook, I think it's big for them. I do. Gives a little bit more pressure off of Dak Prescott. And I think Dak Prescott's going to have to ball out this year. If he wants to get paid, he's in a contract year. So if he wants to get paid, he's going to have to ball out.
Okay. Let's see. Tony, what do you think, buddy? I know this is your favorite team in your division.
I don't see Dallas coming in first in the division. I think Philadelphia is going to run away with it again, unfortunately. I think bringing in Zeke was just stupid. They could have offered the money to the Jacobs or any of those guys. I think he's past his prime. I didn't think he did that well in New England last year. Dalvin Cook is a shell of himself.
Okay.
I don't think the running game is the game is that great. And like I said, Dak is just a different version of Tony Romo. He's gonna have an amazing season, regular season, and then when it comes to the playoffs, he's gonna the bed.
Okay. Well, I definitely don't want them to do that because Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully, you guys do it, man. Because Dallas Cowboys are America's football team, man. But John Paul, I see you shaking your finger. What do you guys say, man? It's my team, brother.
That division's gonna be open, man. Listen, you can't count out Washington. Washington has a lot of weapons. They have a decent running back. They have a good couple wide receivers, And that quarterback looked like he played very, very well in the preseason. I'll give him a little bit. I mean, listen, it's going to be an opening season for him. So, I mean, even, my uncle is a big Washington fan. Me and Tony's uncle is a big Washington fan. And my
Uncle
cousin,
John.
yeah, my cousin's a big Washington fan. So they're not expecting much. But I told him, I said, dude, it's not unbelievably hard to get out of that division. I think honestly, the Giants made a couple moves. Dallas stayed who they were. I mean, you got rid of Tony Pollard, but I think Dalvin Cook and Tony Pollard are just about the same, in the same with running. I mean, I don't think Tony Pollard was that much better, especially last year. But I don't know. I think that division is open, and I unfortunately I do like Dallas to win that division. I think there's going to be too much turmoil in Philly, and you know what I mean. It's a lot.
Okay, I kind of gotta agree with that Washington point. A lot of people sleeping on Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders picked up a coach named Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn single-handedly had one of the built the greatest defense of all time, the Legion of Boom, one of the greatest. So before I said one of the greatest, I got one of the greatest defense of all time, the Legion of Boom. Mind you, the Legion of Boom was not guys drafted in the first round. These were guys who were drafted in the second, third, fourth, fifth round. He grabbed those guys and made it one of the best defenses of all time. He also took the Falcons to the Super Bowl. Yes, the Falcons choked. Forget that. But Dan Quinn is a very good coach. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gives Dallas or the Philly some competition to play with. I don't think they're going to be that easy team to beat. Now, while we're in the NFCs, New York Giants. What can we expect from the New York Giants here, man? Tony, I'm going to go with you first, buddy.
Honestly, not 100% certain. It all depends on how DJ is going to play. I'm not sold on Singletary. I'm just not. He played okay for Chicago last year. We'll see what happens. I mean, we had a revamped offensive line. I think our defensive line is probably going to be one of the best in the leagues this year. It's going to be our secondary that's going to be tough. Wide receiving core, we have probably the youngest and some of the most talented kids wide receiving, between Hyatt, Neighbors. I mean, the vet of the group is Darius Slayton, who people have, for one reason or another, overlooked. I mean, this guy has had 1,000-yard receiving, year after year for the past 4 or 5 years. This guy gets no respect.
He's been the only competent wide receiver in New York. No other wide receivers.
Well, no, I mean, remember Shepard has been there, but he's always hurt. Slayton still had a good season when Odell was here. I mean, he gets overlooked a lot. Once again, I don't know what to expect. It all depends on how DJ plays. I think it comes down to that. It was good to see Adoree Jackson get picked back up by us. That should bolster the secondary a little bit more. But we'll see how it plays out.
Okay. John Paul, what do you think, buddy?
Well, I read and I heard, but mainly read because I wasn't listening to the radio when it happened. But apparently Daniel Jones thinks that the Giants are going far into the playoffs this year.
I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect the players to say? Oh, we're gonna have a shit season?
No, Tony. I'm not saying it like that though. But you're giving your team hope, and that's good. I like that you're giving your team hope. That's always a good thing. You always want to give your team hope. But honestly, he's another one. He's got to show me. You want to talk all this crap. I mean, your first 3 games, no offense, are easy. I mean, who are you guys playing? You guys are playing Minnesota with no quarterback.
The New York Giants have the second or third hardest schedule in the league.
Not in the first 3 games, you don't. Why don't you look that up and you tell me?
Okay, I could care less about the first 3 games, but
Okay.
overall, I believe they have the second or third hardest schedule in the league.
You know who has the Jets have the first?
Don't worry about it. You guys suck anyway.
All right, yeah.
All right, guys. So we can get this. Let me get it on the air. So the hardest schedule right now they're saying is New England Patriots, Steelers at number 2, Vikings at number 3, Cleveland Browns at number 4, Tennessee Titans at number 5.
Okay, I could have sworn they said earlier when the schedule came out in December.
Can you also look up who the Giants play the first 3 weeks of the season?
And that's the New York Giants.
Minnesota.
And I just
Washington week 2.
Why are we talking about Minnesota? I feel bad for that team, man. That team is going through a lot of crap right now. I really feel bad for that team, definitely.
You know what?
They played the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Browns.
All right, so your first 3 games are all possibly winnable. All of them. Right? All of them could possibly winnable. The second one, because it's a divisional game, they're going to play you a lot harder. But all 3 of those games are winnable. The Browns are not the Browns that we were used to seeing. You know what I mean?
The Browns could easily be a dark horse.
Absolutely.
Easily be a dark horse.
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to explain to you is you can't. Daniel Jones basically came out today and said for him it's a Super Bowl or bust season. You can't say things like that.
He needs it.
Okay, Tony, he needs it, but where the hell has he proven it in the past 3 years? He won 1 playoff game. And I'm not saying that. Listen, dude, I'm a Jets.
Well, I mean, with all due respect, Minnesota was what, number 2 or number 3, and we beat their asses.
But
okay, and then you guys went up against the Eagles and lost by 40 points.
And the Eagles were what? They were the champions that year. No, they're not the champions. They went to the Super Bowl that year.
They lost.
Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl that year.
But Tony, that was 2 years ago, bro. Nobody cares what happened 2 years ago.
I didn't say that.
No,
he said that. He brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
General, but it's like it's the Giants are not. There's something gotta budge, man. You give Daniel Jones $160 million contract. That's not peanuts we're talking about. You give him the contract he wants. This is now, Super Bowl season, 100%. Because if I'm John Mara, the Giants owners, I got to start looking at different options. Because Dak Prescott's a free agent next year.
This is my...
Listen, he could stay in Dallas. He could stay in Texas. Keep Dak
Prescott
away. I don't want him. I don't want him. That's almost like Pittsburgh taking Russell's, your little girlfriend. No,
Tony, what about the numbers, bro? Look at the numbers. Tony, look at the numbers.
I don't want an old man. No.
So you'd rather have... how's he an old man? He's been in the league for, 9 years?
Look at the quarterbacks coming out next year. If we do bad, I
don't want a good quarterback coming out. One. Archie Manning. He's the only one that's coming out. You guys literally have to lose.
Shador Sanders is one of the highest recruited guys already.
He's not that good. He's a bust just as well as I told you that Trevor Lawrence was going to be a bust and nobody listened to me.
I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a bust. He's played well.
He's a bust. He's a bum.
Okay. But that statement you made, Tony, I completely 100% disagree with you, buddy. Come on, bro. You would not take Dak Prescott over freaking what's the name again? I didn't forget his name. What's your quarterback's name again? Daniel Jones. Come on now.
Hold on. Well, first off, I didn't say that. I said there's a bunch of quarterbacks coming out of the draft this year. I didn't say anything about.
But how good did they do in the league, Tony? How good did they do in the league? Those quarterbacks that get drafted high up, they're barely in the league.
This year's draft is not quarterback heavy at all.
There's a decent amount.
This past year's was. This year's quarterback draft is not that heavy. This is a very heavy offensive line and defensive line of draft.
Listen, we'll see. That's why I said it depends on how Daniel Jones plays, but I definitely don't want Dak.
What happens if he comes there and wins the Super Bowl?
No, he ain't coming to win the Super Bowl.
But what if he did?
He's not.
If he does, you're taking us all to the steakhouse dinner. I'm gonna say this quick. If this happens, put a bet on it. If Dak Prescott comes to New York Giants and he wins the Super Bowl, you take me and John Paul.
He ain't coming.
Can we do it? Can we do it?
Nope. Nope.
Let's stay calculated. Let's go.
He's
White
going.
skin.
He can stay his ass in Dallas.
I think he's staying in Dallas anyway. I don't think he's.
We never know what Jerry Jones what he's up to. But let's go to South America, guys, now, because we're hearing a lot about this competition now. We got the what do you call the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Green Bay Packers. And past week there's been a lot of news coming out. It's not safe. Even before this, it's not the same. The same not been safe. And AJ Brown came out saying that he won't even be leaving his hotel. Dave Slade came out as well saying about how it's not safe for his family to come out. This is the first game they're ever doing in South America. Well,
No,
I hope
not.
they definitely.
Well, I mean, South America, yes. I mean, they've had games in Mexico, which is Central America, but
that's North America, genius.
That's South to me.
Not. That's North America. Okay, thank you so much, pal. Go on to your continents first. Okay.
Listen, anything south of the United States to me is South.
No offense. Where did he tell you to put your what?
Wood.
No, I didn't say wood. Okay, now can we go back to the point where going on? Okay. Do you guys think it was a smart idea for the NFL to put a game in Brazil?
First and foremost, I think it's hilarious that they chose two teams that are predominantly green to go to a place where they can't wear green.
Green and yellow.
How bananas is that? That you send two teams down there that are predominantly green and tell them, hey guys, you guys can't wear green. So they're going to be wearing yellow and that like mustard, orange, and white. I mean,
yeah, I believe the Eagles are wearing black jerseys, actually.
No, I think the Eagles are wearing white jerseys because their black jerseys are green. They have green in them.
No, they have new jerseys this year. I think it's all black and white, and that's it. Almost like the Raiders.
Well, listen.
Without the silver.
I just think I don't know, man. I've been hearing the same thing, Umir, about what you just said about they can't leave, but they were told this. They were told when they were a couple weeks ago. Please, they said, please, we understand that you're coming to play here, and the stadium will be packed, but don't bring your families, don't bring your kids. You're probably not going to be able to leave the hotel rooms. I mean, they knew this, but this is just the NFL trying to pitch more money. That's what I think this was. You know what I mean? But me personally, I find it hilarious, and I just hope nothing bad goes on in there in that game. Listen, you don't want to see, God forbid, you don't want to see anybody get hurt off of something stupid. So I wouldn't want to see either one of those teams, God forbid, something happen to them. But yeah, I think it's retarded. Me personally, I would have never, ever, ever done something like that ever.
Okay. Tony, what do you think, buddy?
So we had this discussion last season with the European games. And we all were in consensus that it's stupid. It is absolutely stupid. Keep the game where it's at. Stop playing games. I mean, I don't even look at it about what's going on over there. I mean, one, what kind of field are they playing on? Two, these guys are wearing pads and helmets. Brazil's not a place where the weather is very kind. I mean, you're putting these players at serious risk, health risks.
And the first game of the season, you're going to put it over
football in 90, 100-degree weather. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think the NFL is trying too much, doing too much stupid stuff.
It's all about the money at this point.
Thank God they stopped talking about getting a team in London. I mean,
they're gonna bring it back. Tony, you're crazy if you think 10 years from now they're gonna have a team in London.
How's that gonna work? I mean, I can't see it working. I just don't.
I mean, look, they started putting college football in Europe. Like the game that happened in Ireland the other day, I forgot the two teams. It was Florida and what's the other team that was in Ireland? I forgot the name. I'm watching my buddy's house.
State versus
it was a low-ranking team.
Was it Oregon State? Oregon State versus Florida State, something like that.
Yeah, I think the NFL is trying too hard, and that's enough. I mean, you guys make enough money. That's enough.
My thing is, at the end of the day, this is the first game of the season. These guys' bodies are not going to be ready for the hits. The first game of the season. A lot of stars don't play in preseason. A lot of guys, this is their first game back. You're putting them on a field that they're not used to. You're putting them in a weather condition they're not used to. South America is a different weather condition, especially because if I'm not wrong, they're lower behind the what's that thing called, the equator?
Yes,
So they're below. They're
they're
under it. They're under the equator. I don't know if they're playing above because I know Brazil is like 50-50. So my party is wrong. You're putting them in that situation where it's like the weather they don't know. On top of that, you're saying it's not safe. Why would you put two teams, predominantly green colors, predominantly both, in that type of scenario? Because you know they're fans. The fans, there's gonna be a couple of fans wearing green colored jerseys. You're risking the fan safety. You're risking everybody that's going. If y'all gonna test this out, y'all should have put two teams that colors are not green, so you can see how it works out. Then they start going in there. And I think this game should have happened later on in the season where the guy's body are used to those hits. First game of the season, you tell me this guy about to take hits. Let's see how this works out. But hopefully it works out safe. That's all we can hope and pray. Nothing bad happens because we want everybody to enjoy these football games. All right, guys, that time of day again. Let's do our picks. Tony, are you doing the honors again like always? This is I think your fourth season of everybody.
Listen, I'm the man.
Yeah. We know.
All right, so let's start it going. So week 1, we start on Thursday night's game. Baltimore, Kansas City.
Baltimore.
John Paul?
Ugh. It's the most horrible game to start with.
It's a great game to start with.
You give me Kansas City, I'll take Kansas City. I don't think they'll lose after Super Bowl. We'll see, though.
I got to be honest, I think Baltimore comes out pissed. Lamar Jackson is getting called left and right. I mean, he's got to start winning something. He can't be called an MVP player and not win anything. I'm going Baltimore. All right. Next, the game we just been speaking about, Friday night. Green Bay, Philly.
Philly.
Yeah, give me Philly, too.
Boys and girls, I'm actually going Green Bay on the upset.
Okay.
Anytime you have these overseas games, they always seems like they're upsets.
Okay.
No.
Next game, we got Carolina.
I used to do this. You relax. This is my thing. You're doing this. Relax yourself.
Next
game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Atlanta Falcons.
No, you skipped over a whole bunch.
I had the game.
I got
right
the
here.
schedule. I got the schedule. It's already written out.
I got schedule right here. Oh my God.
I got it already written out.
Where you got schedule, bro?
Carolina, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
John Paul?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. I'm also going New Orleans across the board. Minnesota, New York Giants.
Minnesota got too many injuries. Fudge. Too many things happened to them. Give me Minnesota. I think Sam Darnold. I think I might want to punch myself later on for doing that, but I got to take Sam Darnold. You got Justin Jefferson back there. The defense is pretty decent. I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings.
John Paul?
Give me the Giants in this game.
Yeah, I'm taking New York Giants on this one. Sam Darnold is not a good quarterback. And also, I don't think the Giants are going to lose the game. Their 100-year anniversary game. I'm taking the New York Giants. All right, we have New England Patriots versus Cincy.
Cincinnati.
I believe it's going to be Cincy across the board, boys. Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
You know when we all pick the same teams, did we all lose that game usually?
You said Atlanta?
Pittsburgh,
Give me
Atlanta.
my boy, Russell Wilson, baby. Let Russ cook.
No, I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh. I don't see Atlanta. I mean,
no, Atlanta's gonna be.
Are they even a team anymore?
They're gonna be too good this year. You guys are sleeping on Atlanta, boy.
Houston, Indianapolis.
Oh,
Houston.
Richardson's coming back though. Give me Indy.
Did you forget it's on Houston offense by any chance?
I'm going Houston.
Yeah. Houston, we got a problem.
Buffalo.
Who?
Buffalo.
Arizona, Buffalo.
Ooh,
Buffalo.
Coming back too though. See these are. I hate Buffalo too. Yeah, give me the Bills.
I'm going Buffalo as well. Tennessee, Chicago.
God, it's gonna be a good game. Got Keenan Allen. You got that.
Yeah, I'm going with Chicago.
Give me Tennessee.
We got the Jaguars at the Battle of Florida. The Jaguars
Miami.
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 Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins too.
Miami.
Denver, Seattle.
Seattle. That's because let's go. So top man, baby. Top man.
I'm going Seattle as well. I don't know if Denver is going to even have a halfway decent team.
Yeah, give me Seattle as well. It's some of these games are good to choose. Some of them.
Let me ask you a question while we're there before we go into the next game. If Denver has another terrible season, I mean, is Sean Payton gone that quick?
No, he's only been there. He's only been there for 1 year. He hasn't even been.
Down pack his bags, that bozo. Bye-bye, Sean Payton, you bum.
He's not a bum, but all right.
Yes, he is a bum.
Vegas
Chargers.
Chargers.
Next week. Oh God, I hate you, bro.
Who was it? Vegas who?
Chargers.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Chargers. Give me San Diego. The Raiders are going to be garbage this year.
They're not San Diego. They're Los Angeles.
I'm going Las Vegas. I think Antonio Pierce is going to do a great job.
No.
Yeah, I gotta go with my guy Antonio Pierce. You got a lot of value from now. Antonio Pierce.
You guys forget that the other Harborough brother just took over San Diego?
That's all right. He's not in San Diego anyway. San
Diego.
He
left Los Angeles for the third time. I just told you the last 5 minutes.
Okay, we're in San Diego though. Keep going.
All right, so we got Dallas versus Cleveland.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, I hate saying it, but I got to go Dallas.
I know, we all know you do. No one cares.
The fans care. They care. Washington, Tampa Bay.
Oh, God. Tampa.
I'm going Tampa Bay.
This is going to be my sleeper, believe it or not. I'm going to take Washington this week.
And you're going to have a 1-win week again. Again.
Why is that? If I had
I said so.
If I have a 1-win week, that means we're all going down the drain, which means it's going to be not a good week for
Yeah, please don't say that.
All right, who are you taking to win?
I said Tampa.
You did? I didn't hear you say Tampa.
I said Tampa. You maybe get your ears checked out.
We have the Rams versus the Lions.
Sunday Night Football. Oh, my God.
Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit as well.
I'm taking LA.
All right.
What do you mean? Oh, they got what?
Monday night. Monday night, you have the New York Jets versus the 49ers.
Oh, God. Everybody stay healthy because you got Bosa coming at you. The Jets got a good offensive line. You got Nick Bosa coming.
Here's my take. If this was a week ago, I was picking the Jets. Before Aiyuk was signed and before Trent Williams. Since those two signings, I had to change it. I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, give me 49ers because you got that monster Bosa coming at you. That Fred Warner, you got those two guys on offense. It's going to be a hard battle for the Jets to do this one, especially in San Francisco.
I don't care. I don't care. Because Aaron Rodgers is a San Francisco boy. He's from the California area.
Thank you. We know that. We all know that.
He's going to come in there and he's going to wreck house. Give me the Jets.
Okay.
New York Jets. The picks are in the book, boys. Let's get it.
All right, guys. We hope all of you had a great day watching the show. We'll be back with you guys next week. Let's see what happens.